welcome to my Flosstube number 9. I would like to thank all my subscribers and all my returning viewers. So thank you for coming and watching my stitching. I'm sorry I haven't got as much this fortnight as I normally do due to not being well. I've only done 10,564 stitches. I wanted to show you what I won from hooking and stitching. This is the piece by High Hopes. What is it called? Oh, it's called High Hopes, and it's just Nan piece. This is by Bernie. She had it on her channel a while ago. She'd finished it and she was passing on the stash. So thank you very much. It arrived safely into New Zealand and I really appreciate that. I will insert hooking and stitching so you can go have a look at her channel as well. I don't normally enter many competitions for the simple reason, sorry I got an itch, for the simple reason that I feel that unless it's something that has been retired and I can't buy, that we are in the position that we can buy stuff. Talking about buying things, our cows have gone on the market and we had an offer last week. The contract has been signed, so they are sold. So our boss, we told him that we wouldn't be continuing and we'll have people through this week having a look at the farm and the house. So I needed to do some spring cleaning that I hadn't done, and I was very lucky that Dave helped me. So the first piece I want to show you is, I'll just grab something to put behind it, is my sewing of the Kirsty. Gutsy. Hopefully you can see that because I can't. I have added a lot of the beads already. I didn't want to leave them to the end. So on this piece I have done 2,294 stitches and beads. This piece, depending on how I show it, it always looks different, the colour. This is a piece that I dyed myself. And it's close-ish, but it is a wee bit brighter than this. I will insert a picture of what it looked like and from where I was and to where I am now. I'm not sure I have the cover picture on my phone. I'll try and find it, so I'll add that as well. It is a Bella Paine piece. It's on 16 count that I dyed myself. My next piece is obviously going to be that one. Is my rainbow sampler, which is see-through, and it's got lots of cat hair on it because Coco sits underneath my frame when I'm stitching, on whatever I'm stitching. That turned itself off. I have done 3,477 stitches on this piece. I'm using dinky dyes. This latest colour that I'm doing is actually different colour than this, but it all pretty much looks the same to me. If it is, it's only the slightest shade difference. So that is at 60% something. I can't look at my pattern keeper at the moment because I've actually got 2 tablets, so it's on my other one. The other piece I started was my Christmas post piece. Unfortunately, I didn't do many stitches in the day that I only gave myself a day because I wanted to work on the Dark Queen, and I thought I can do this later on. This is Christmas post. It's on a 25 count 1/1 full cross, and I did 1,105 stitches, and unfortunately, because I wanted to put it on a small piece, you'd think I haven't done this before. It actually goes that way. I don't know if you can see that or not. I'd put something behind it, but I have to. Oops. There we go. So it's the roof of the house and the sky. So like I said, I've done 1,105 stitches. I think it is, from memory, it is 0.86%. So I've hardly done anything. Normally I like to get a page finished when I start something new, but it just didn't happen that way. I have only been doing 600 stitches most days. That's why I've only done 10,564 stitches, because I haven't been feeling well. I've had headaches every day, and which is understandable because they found that I've got a infection in the brain, and until they start treating that, I'm not going to feel any better. I'm still having a fever every day. This is the other piece that I have worked on. This is the Dark Queen of Earth. I will add a before and after picture. I'm really happy with this. This is on the piece of fabric. It's a 16 count as well that I dyed myself. As you can see, between this and the Siren of the Cursed Sea, I have been working on 16 count more because of due to the headaches, and my eyesight isn't as good. This one is on a Millennium frame that I bought. I think it's a 60 centimeter one, and I absolutely love it. I find that with the corner clamp on my Lowry stand, that it clamps in at the top, no issues. I have had issues with Coco in the last couple of weeks. You can hear her eating in the meantime, because she has been very clingy, and she has been sitting on my knee a lot more than normal. Normally she just sits on my knee for half an hour in the morning and that's it. She's quite happy to do her own thing the rest of the day, but even if I go and have a nap, she goes with me. The other day she climbed under the covers and she constantly was licking my arm, which was quite frustrating. It's very hard to have a nap when your cat is annoying you. But so that is the only 4 pieces that I worked on. I was making sure it was 4. The other thing I have been doing a lot of is making thread drops. I said in my Stitch With Me I'd show the glow in the dark thread drops. Oops, forgot about that. Didn't add the picture, but I have got it. The other thing is the Siren of the Cursed Sea. I changed the thread drops that I had because I bought some from Etsy that were you put the DMC label on them, and I hated them, so I changed it over to my own thread drops. I did the same for Greta Gold Broom, so I have that all ready to start on the 1st of January. I have asked Jessica if she can bring her rainbow sampler from Northern Expressions with her. They're our ones, these ones. I am using Dinky Dyes. Jessica is using DMC. They're both on 25 count. I think this is Witch Out. Witch Out what? Even Wave? Even Wave. Oh, that was pretty bad. Sorry about that. I'm having a lot of that at the moment. It's like we got our food today, our meals arrived today, and the person said that they're still open for another 2 weeks, and I had to order for the 2 weeks, and I said I needed another order form to see what was available, because recently they changed the meals, and I've put it somewhere safe. It's so safe, I don't know where I put it. There's a lot of that. I will put something somewhere, and then I'll go, where did I put it? And telling Dave doesn't help much because he's really busy. So I say, I put this here, and he goes, okay. And then I ask him later on, I go, where did I say I put it? And he doesn't remember either. So we're both as bad as each other. So we're really lucky with our cows. We're selling them. We got the price that we were after, and hopefully they're all in calf, and the money from that should pay the rest of our land, so we won't have a huge bill at the end of that, so we won't have a mortgage. So that'll be really nice. That's the reason why I don't normally enter competitions, is because I feel guilty that we're in the position that I can buy stuff if I want to, and the only competitions I enter is something that is retired and you can't get it. I don't know if I repeated myself. This is the second time I've actually done this video because I didn't push record the first time. I just about didn't do this video at all today because I wasn't feeling well. I've got this headache. I had a seizure this morning, and Dave came home and found me in the kitchen on the floor. So yeah, I'm a little bit over being sick. So I was going to do this next week, and my son goes, you do know that the neurologist is probably going to put you on some horrible drugs, because that's what they seem to do. And I definitely may not feel like it next week. I will do a stitch with me if I can, and I will tell you the results. All I know at this stage is I got a letter to say that I had an infection in the brain, so I'm not sure how they're going to fix that. And unfortunately it's been a few weeks since I had my MRI, and I have gone downhill since then, and I'm back to using the walker all the time, so I just don't know. The one thing I have been doing a lot of is the thread drops. I have got quite a lot of PLA, which is the filament for them, and I will insert a picture so you can see the different colours. I will insert a picture of my thread drops that are printing at the moment, the blue ones and the glow in the dark. And I think I have a picture of what my the Etsy thread drops there I didn't like, and the ones that I'm using. So I've done some white ones, I've done some glow in the dark ones. The glow in the dark I've only done a couple of hundred, maybe 100, because I was having a lot of problems with the 3D printer. Unfortunately, it's not as easy as just printing. You have to make sure it's level, and they reckon it's a hobby in itself, 3D printing, and to be honest, I can't be bothered with it. I just want to print, have it done, and be done with it. So I do 28 thread drops at a time. I'm very lucky. Jessica did the pattern for me, and she uploaded it to Dropbox for me, and I can just use it and print them. So it takes me about 5 hours to print a lot of 28, and then you have to take them off the printer and then start another run. So it takes a wee bit of time, but I have ordered from Etsy 3,509 skeins of CXC. It costs me 16 cents a skein. That's in New Zealand dollars. With postage, it cost me $624 for the 3,500 skeins. But there is quite a few projects that I am kitting up. I have a couple of new patterns, and I thought I will kit them up and be done. Last week I bought for the Animal Panorama for Paine Food Crafts and the Little Helpers. No, it wasn't Little Helpers, that was this time. Last time it was, this is hard on my brain. It was the Animal Panoramic that I've seen. I think it's the Cardiff Stitcher, I think. Don't quote me on it. I think she's doing it. Absolutely love it. It's from Paine Food Crafts. And the other one I kitted up was a Day and Night Africa. So that was in my last lot. That was 700 skeins, I think I bought then. And then this time it was any of my new patterns that I've bought, I've kitted up. So most of my patterns now are kitted up. I want to have everything kitted up before we retire, because I don't know what income we'll have then. Dave's hoping to have a year off before he has to work, and so with having our mortgage paid, it will only be living costs, so it won't be that much. And if they're all in calf, we should have money in the bank, which will help. But if they're not, and it's not looking as good as it was, because there's quite a few cows that are still bulling, so that means they had another cycle and they're not in calf. The reason why I think this year we haven't quite got as many in calf as we normally do is because the weather's been horrible. We haven't seen sun. Today's the first day, that's why I've got that curtain pulled. Today's the first day in 2 weeks that we've actually seen the sun. It's been drizzly and raining on and off, and it feels very much like winter, so it will put an impact on how many cows get in calf. Apart from that, I want to thank everybody for hanging in there with my Flosstube. Hopefully it will improve shortly. I don't know how much stitching I will get in the next 6 months with moving, but I will stitch every night because I can't live without it, because I'm very much addicted to stitching. That's why I named my channel Stitching Addicted. I probably didn't say that my name was Tania. I'm really shocking at that. You would think after all this time, this is my 9th video, and I have done stitch with me's, that I'll be getting better, but I'm not. Coco's using her scratching post. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.